Hello, today I'm going to be talking about Abigail from the Abigail movie. Pretty much, Abigail is a movie about these group of people. They go rob a child because they're gonna get a lot of money from it. She's basically their free money making machine. Why have a career when you just kidnap a child and then rob her dad for it, right? Great career path. Anyways, these group of people they go, basically kidnap this child, bring her back to like this house, this gaff, this big ass mansion looking ass thing, and they're basically just chilling out here, and they're gonna try and basically heckle her dad for a couple of quid to get her daughter back. And her dad turns out she's like an underworld crime. She's like a crime boss, pretty much. He like they're like for this job, they're supposed to be promised like 7 million quid each. For this job, that sounds pretty good. 7 mils on my name, like that actually sounds like peak. I would take that job, but at the same time, what ends up happening later on, I would not end up taking the job. Anyways, the villain in this movie pretty much is the main little girl, is Abigail. But she doesn't start out as like a villain. She starts out as like an innocent child. She basically starts out as like a damsel in distress, like Princess Peach. That is all just a pretend though. That's all fake. That's all a lie. That was all an act pretty much that she was putting on. Her acting innocent, like her asking Joey, so is the man with the glasses? Are you gonna hurt me? Are you gonna break my bones? And then Joey's like, yeah, you know what? We're not gonna hurt you. In fact, I pinky promise you with my pinky over here. I will not let anyone hurt you. I will be your Batman if start crying or screaming or whatever. Joey's promising I promise you no one hurt her, as if the child is like her long lost daughter or something. So I also did mention this in the last recording as well, but I feel like maybe Joey pretended to protect. Maybe Joey promised Abigail that she's gonna protect her from anyone, is because in the movie she has like a younger, she has like a child, and she couldn't see them because she ended up being a junkie, and she hasn't seen them in ages. So maybe that's why she's trying to protect Abigail. She just kind of saw her as like a younger daughter, pretty much. So yeah, Abigail, she pretty much at the start of this movie, she kind of lays it low. She kind of lays low a bit. She kind of like she really only kills off like two people. She kills Dean after he scares Sammy. Dean's just like chilling in her bed, waiting for Sammy to lie down, and he's just gonna pop up next to her. Like Sammy walks in the room, and was like, yeah, boom. And then Sammy just kicks her out because she's like, what the fuck? Some grown ass man in my bed because he thought he had risk because I looked at him for 2 seconds. Get out. So Dean goes wandering around for a bit. He goes down to the basement area, and here's noise. He goes out. It's a rat. When he tries to leave, something drags him off. So then Sammy comes down because she heard him scream, and yeah, she finds his head is sitting at the dinner table like he's gonna be eating some food, but it's pretty much like his body with his head like put back on, as if like the Abigail tried to reassemble his body like really poorly. She'll also sometimes do that. When she like kills people, she kind of just like taunts the other victims, the other survivors with their bodies. So she done this with like Sammy or with whoever's gonna. She done this with Sammy by basically just like leaving Dean's body. She could just like taken that body off to a different room, or whatever. Just had a muncher or whatever. But she decided just leave it there, just a prank, a surprise, and then later on, she's there, just doing ballet dancing, just like twirling around with his body. So like she's not one of those killers that would really take her job that seriously. Like she could just fuck up all the survivors straight away, but where would the fun be in that? She likes to take her time, and she's not like Michael or Jason who just immediately they see you, they'll walk you down and they will kill you. She likes to play around them quite a bit, and I think it's because she's doing this basically to like win her dad's approval by killing a lot of different people. Also, she was pretty bored. I mean, I don't blame her as well. Like she's just staying in this big ass mansion all on her own, and all she really has to do is just bring some people back and kill them for the crack. So yeah, she's kind of psycho like that, and she's really good at hiding away her vampirism. She's really good at hiding the fact that she's a demonic little bitch. So she ends up killing another guy as well, Wrinkles. I don't know how she actually done this, because I swear Joey was talking to Abigail in the room, and then Wrinkles comes to her and is like, yo, I need to talk to you about it. So like, they basically had a conversation, and Wrinkles is like, yo, these guys, I don't trust any of these motherfuckers. They all seem sus to me, but you're a fine shit, so I trust you. I say we move away together. We just go run away together and live happily ever after, and just leave all these motherfuckers, die and starve or whatever. So Wrinkles basically telling Joey, yo, like, I have your back, don't worry. So he goes walking by down the hallway, and then he just starts standing still, like he just got turned into stone by Medusa or something. So then Joey goes up to him, sees that his face got fucking ripped apart. I don't know, like, I swear Abigail was the only other person in the house that was, like, killing people, but it's like she done it so quickly, or maybe she, like, I don't know, maybe her dad had to be in there at some point, but maybe she's that fast, but you don't really see her moving that fast throughout the entire movie. She's literally in the room, and then Wrinkles walks away, and then 2 seconds later, bro's just dead. Bro's just expired that quickly while she's in her room. It kind of makes no sense. That's probably the only confusing part about this movie. But other than that, it was pretty good. So yeah, those two people, she like stealth killed them as well on purpose. I'm fairly sure it's because to basically turn the group against one another, because they start because Joey starts thinking Frank is Lazar, and then Joey ends up holding Sammy at gunpoint because she thinks it's her, and then Frank holds Joey at gunpoint. They're all arguing with each other, they're all fighting, and this is all kind of part of like Abigail's main plan, basically trying to break the group up. I guess to make it easier to kill her. So then when they go back to rough her up, she's like, alright, the gig's up. I can't be really arse playing pretend anymore. She decides to be real, and she slips out those handcuffs like they were just made of nothing. They're just like, the person who made those handcuffs done a really shit job of them, because she just slips out of them right away without even have to dislocate her thumb or break her arm or anything. So I guess she's that strong. So she starts attacking the group. They make it out alive. She only let them make it out alive, and Joey like closed the door on her and all, and she's there like banging on it. Fairly sure that's also part of the mind game, to basically pretend like she's basically trying to get them to underestimate her, because they think she's just a little girl pretty much. Well, right now they know a vampire. She's like a vampire little girl, but they don't know how strong she is. They don't know what she's really capable of that much, and she's pretending to be weak and all, by banging on the door and shit, pretending that she can't get out, just to make them feel more secure and they'll catch them off guard. The only thing that does actually work on her is morphine, pretty much, or whatever drug that Joey injects into Abigail's neck and puts her back. Night, sleepy time. See you later. It's also her mind games. Also, she also will play. Even when she reveals herself to vampire, she still will play some mind games. She still would like to have some fun with her food. So pretty much Peter, when they're all looking for Abigail, go kill her. Peter, she ends up finding Abigail, but she comes out of the darkness, and he did not know she was there at all. She could have just easy went out to her and just stealth killed him, just killed them like that without him even noticing. She even had to clear her throat. It's like I'm standing here, ballerina. And she wanted Peter to notice him, begin the chase. So when she's chasing Peter, she kind of does a little twirl. She does a little hop over some golf clubs that Peter dropped onto her. She's kind of not taking this chase seriously. It doesn't seem like she's trying to actually get to him. It seems like he's just having some fun. And then when this actually proves how strong she is. That door that Joey closed on her, that would have not done shit, because when Peter closes the door on her, the door just crumbles apart like it's a giant biscuit or some shit. She just walks through that shit and just falls apart, And then Peter, he ends up running to the banister, and so then Frank he knocks him off the banister by opening a door in his face. So now Abigail has turned his attention to Frank, and Frank, he starts running down the stairs, but she's just kind of running across the banister, trying balance on it like it's a tightrope or something, and she's she's hopping from one place, she's hopping onto Frank, she's about to kill Frank, and then they have her pinned down, they put the morphine in her, and she's knocked out, she's now trapped in the elevator. She still tries to put on her, little childish act, oh, little boy, innocent me, you kidnapped an innocent little ballerina for some cash, and, it doesn't work, because they already know she's a vampire, so she's like, alright, it's time to drop it, time to stop acting, man, I'm not going to get an Oscar for this. So, she knows their backstories as well, and she tries to make a deal where, if you let me out, I'll let two of you live. What a great deal, right? There's 4 of us, 5 of us, and you want to let 2 of us live. Oh, sick! I'll let you out now. And then she's like, all right, no, actually, one person. Whoever lets me out, I will not kill you, and I'll kill the rest. So she does. She still, does her mind games. She still, tries to get people. She still tries to get the group to. She's really smart about it. The way she goes, she says some shit to get into people's heads, and it actually does work half the time, because Peter immediately was about to go open the door, and then Joey's just popped him in the ass with the pistol, so to not open the door. And she really likes to make them fight each other, so I guess it's easier, so they can't work together, so it's easier to kill them. she still tries as well. She doesn't give up. She when the rest of the group go to patch up Peter's little wound. He only got shot, man. It's the same as scraping your knee off of falling off of a swing, mate. Calm down. And Frank, he's sitting by her, just keeping watch on her, and she still's like, "Yo, Frank, I'll let you live. I'll kill all the rest of them, but you can live. You can walk away. Free millionaire, free 7 millions to your name. Like, it's grand. Just let me out." And Frank's kind of Frank's smart about it, so he's just like, "You're right. So tell me how to get over, and I'll let you out." She tells him where to go, and he still doesn't let her out. He just like walks away without letting her out the elevator, and she again shows how strong she really is, because at the start when she woke up in the elevator, she's still like when she was put on her innocent child act. She started rattling on the gate like she couldn't break out. She was actually like a little toddler who was just trapped in an elevator by multiple people, and she's acting like she couldn't break out the gate. She usually pushes that shit off like so easy. She just like sends that shit flying, and then she's free again. As soon as Abigail breaks out, Joey and all, they heard, Frank, they heard that happen, so then they come back to check up on it. Joey sees, like, there's boards on a window, she breaks that open, the light starts to affect Abigail, her hand explodes, she just got amputated by the light, and, they're able to escape into a library, and they're able to be safe by Abigail for a bit, because, it ends up being daytime. That's like as I'd say, a spider's weakness. That's like a vampire's weakness. And, pretty much, they're just they're playing the waiting game with her now. But earlier on, what's it called? I was about to say Holly, bro. Sammy got bit by Abigail, and she has the ability to basically control whoever she bites through Bluetooth, pretty much. Like, she, has access to their brain now when she bites you. So then, that's a pretty OP power, and she uses this on Sammy, because Sammy and when the group later on split up to find a way out, Sammy and Peter, they're together, and Sammy, she ends up being controlled. She's like, "You're mine, you're my puppet, master puppet." She has her on strings pretty much now, and Peter, she goes over, she notices that Sam's gone, but then Sam pops out of nowhere and then starts sucking off Peter, and not in a good way. She just starts drinking his blood from his neck, and then, after killing Peter, she decides to, put on the banger tunes and then starts celebrating. She starts dancing, to celebrate her victory kill and all, She doesn't really take these group of people seriously, and, she kind of just, treats it like it's all a game, pretty much. The only reason the main character Joey ends up surviving is because Frank decided to have a little bit of a power trip, and basically this other dude, Gus from Better Call Saul, all sent him into this mansion to do this job. Turns out he was a vampire working for Abigail, because Abigail threatened to go kill his family, and he was just working for her, bringing her victims, for her to, have her fun with, because she has daddy issues and she wants to win her dad's approval by being like, "Yo, dad, look at all these people, look at all these corpses I killed, look how much people I killed, you're proud of me?" It's like, your son gives you a drawing and you're putting it up on the fridge, except she's, showing him all the, innocent people that she's killed, and that's supposed to make him love her more, or whatever. So, the only reason she ends up helping Joey is because, basically, enemy of my enemy. Frank ends up turning evil. She ends up turning on Joey and Abigail. So then Abigail's right. So if you help me take down this, insane psychopath ex-detective, I will, let you out, because Frank was also a detective in the movie. So they end up killing Frank, and Joey ends up walking away scot-free, pretty much. Joey she only survived as well because Frank turned evil. So I'd be willing to bet if Frank didn't turn evil and he was still good, I feel like Abigail would have still tried killing Joey. But yeah, she's a pretty smart killer. She knows how to play her cards right. She seems to really be good at the manipulation game. She really knows what to say and when to say it, when to get into a person's head. She's not like one of those brute force killers, although she can be if she really wanted to. She kind of just chooses when to play her cards and all. And she seems to have experience in this as well, because when the group is split off at some point in the movie, Sammy, she's walking around, she gets jump scared by a bat. The bat just comes at her out of nowhere, and she ends up stumbling into like a big fucking fridge full of fresh munch for the vampire. It's like a bunch of dead corpses. It looks like they're just all there's like so many. It seems like thousands or hundreds. So yeah, she also did mention in the movie that she's centuries years old. So she does seem to have a lot of experience with like doing this shit, bringing people back, killing them, manipulating them, do rinse and repeat, doing the same thing. So yeah, it makes sense why she's able to fuck with this group, and this group was barely able to get out as well. I feel like they only got out is because like of something unexpected happening. One of them turning evil, and her being forced to work with one of the good guys to take him down. That didn't seem to happen with any other group, really. But anyways, yeah, that was just me talking about Abigail, and this is my second time recording this video because in the first video I didn't seem like I knew what I was on about, and I wish the video would have been longer. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter the length of videos. It just matters, if I'm actually, like I'm actually talking about it normally and getting my points down across, and I'm being real. But anyways, yeah, that's just me doing Certified Menace on Abigail. See you later.